Wow, we're doing it. What a great night. What a great night to be here at LASC. LASC is a great place to be. And now that rhymes. So if you're dyslexic, just go with it. All right, I know I'm going to get in trouble now. Somebody will send me an email. That wasn't funny. Somebody recently wrote on a show I did 12 years ago and said I wasn't funny and I was a bad cat mom. Anyway, I have no idea what that was about. Oh, I was putting my kids to work. That's what it was. And I had my daughter at the time playing a nicotine breast milk addicted toddler because I'm crazy, okay? But it was a great show. It was a nice show. It was on Jewish Life Television. We had segments that you would have loved, Shelley. These are all Jewish, dead to me. Why? Because with Jews, what are they? Dead to me. When they fight, you're dead to me. So this is a great place to do stand-up comedy. I want to give a round of applause, if you don't mind, for somebody who's here all the time that helps me out, who flew in from London, not for me, but we make believe. Get up for Ryan Benson, who's helping us tonight. Along with your producer, Jason Ham. Ham, I am, and I am really happy to be doing this. Remember, guys, if you need anything like a part of your tape, please don't ask me. I would like, for 2 seconds, if you don't mind, I'd like to give a round of applause and say thank you to California's own. Come on in. The clapping's fine. California's own. Miss Cassandra Williams is here. That's right. That's what I was talking about. She's been around comedians for a really long time. So if you try to steal somebody's act, she's going to smile and say, you know that I saw that, okay? I saw that in 78. Also, Tim Martin is here. Tim Martin, I want to say I missed you. Seriously. Tim's been writing and doing so many good things. And Mike just got a 1-hour special, which is really good. And it's beautiful. The work was beautiful. No, I had nothing to do with it. But like I say, I don't employ you. But this is a place where you come, you meet people, things happen. And that's a wonderful thing. And I love to start with the bang and a boom and a pow. And this guy is no exception, and I'm sure he's going to get upset, but this is the son I never had, and I could prove it because he found me. Let's give it up for the one and only Swedish and Black Lincoln. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. By the way, guys, if you want to do a podcast, we're here. Jason's here, and Lincoln's available for dates.
Put me on blast. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Sorry for being a little late right there. I really hate being late. Like when I was black, it's like the stereotype. It's frustrating. It's the same with tipping. I try to tip as much as I can, because that stereotype. The problem is that it doesn't matter what I tip. I know whatever I tip, somewhere out there, my Nigerian dad is going to negate that tip, Because he's Nigerian. He will negative tip if he could, okay? He will go into the waiter's pocket, take the money off the bill if he has to. Anyways, so everyone saw Trump's mugshot?
Yes.
Yes, right? Love it, as in you think he looks good, as in I can't tell political affiliations of comedians. I have no idea.
Great for T-shirts and mugs.
Great for T-shirts and mugs. I don't think it's the best picture of him. I don't know. He's got kind of the tan is a little uneven. He's got the crazy eyes going on. He's got the little turkey neck. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say I don't think a president has ever been shot this bad. I'll take a I'll take that. Yeah, thank you. I'll take a I'll take a What does they say? An at an open mic is a belly full of laughs. That's what they say. Yeah, but it's not just that. Speaking of politics, anyone watch the Republican debate?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, me too. It's just fucking entertaining. What can I say? The highlights of it, I couldn't believe it. There was this moment in the debate. I don't know. Anyone know who Vivek Ramaswamy is?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay, he's like this young Indian kid, kind of known for being a Trump loyalist. And there was this moment in the debate where the moderator asked everyone, he says, "Will you support Trump if he's convicted still for president?" And Vivek is like, immediately raises his hand. And the other debate people are kind of looking at each other, like kind of trying to figure out whether or not they're going to raise their hands. And afterwards, all the commentators are like, yeah, Vivek is the real deal. He's a real Trump loyalist. He didn't even hesitate. And I was like, obviously, these motherfuckers have never had class with an Indian kid. You know how quick these fuckers' hands go? Are you kidding me? It's like, okay, class, what's the answer to the equation? Rajesh. Holy crap. That was quick. Vivek been training for this his whole fucking life. These white dudes on stage had no fucking chance. Nah, but anyways, I don't know, Gen Z? No? Millennial?
Yeah.
Millennial? Okay, millennial. Any Gen Z? I guess we're Gen Z. We got some Gen Zers. I was reading recently, we might be the last generation to die of natural causes. They're saying that science is getting so good, we're talking 80, 90 years. It might be you could download your brain or freeze yourself or whatever. And it's like, you know how there's like the lost generation, the silent generation? We might be the unluckiest generation. You know what I'm saying? We got a situation where our kids might live forever, but we won't. Like, and we get to know that, like, the whole time. We could have our kids, like, whatever. They get to live forever, and we don't. And I'm not even saying that I want to live forever, but I want the option. You know? I'd like the choice to live forever. It's really fucked up. You know? Because death is scary, you know? Death is so scary that some people, they do this thing. They, like, convert, you know, on their deathbeds. You know about these people? Yeah. You know? They convert right at the end.
Well, Jesus freaks.
Jesus. I never understood converting to Christianity on your deathbed, right? It's like, I don't think God's stupid, right? Like, right? Like, you don't think he's going to notice you turned in your assignment 2 minutes before the deadline? Like, what? Is heaven like a Chipotle? You get in by 8:59 p.m. before the doors close. Like, you're good, man. You're good just like everyone. And it sucks, too, for the people who've been Christian their whole life. Some of these, like, nuns or priests who've been virgins, they get in there. They're like, yeah, you know, I've been Christian for 50, 60 years. How about you? Like 5 minutes or so, like right before, there was a priest at the hospital who kind of just gave me my last rites, and it's like, oh, fuck, you know. Those people probably like, damn, there better be a super heaven for my ass. These guys got on. Okay, we're going to switch up the set then. Okay, anyone watch Stranger Things? Yeah? Two people? 2 people watch Stranger Things? Yeah, three people. Oh, only when I came to what you were. No, that's all good. That's all good. Yeah, no, I don't know if you know the character Will Byers in the show. He's like this. He comes out in like the 3rd or 4th season. Sorry, spoiler alert. Recently, his actor also came out, Noah Schnapp, and I'm like, did the creators of the show know he was gay or something? Because like, I mean, it's 1 out of 5 chance. There's 5 kids to cast, but they cast them when they were like 8 years old. So like this, they really somehow picked out the kid that was gonna be gay. I just thought, it was very odd to me. I don't know what they did, if that's some kind of weird sixth sense they got for that, but it was just a little weird for me. Okay, anyone know the term snow bunny? Sure. Yes, of course. Yeah, now you guys speak up. The Black Losers, of course. I know them. I've slept with many of them. No, but no, you know, I was talking to my friends who actually said the snow bunny he thinks is very offensive. Yeah, he thinks it's very offensive because snow bunny is like these white girls are like these prey, right? And black men with the predators, right? Going after the snow bunny. I was like, dude, like, okay, but like it's been a lot worse. You know, in high school there was a girl really into brothers. Her nickname was Jane Goodall.
Oh my.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? Could have been worse. But you know what? It's funny. Because even if you think snow bunny is, let's say it's offensive, right? What's the alternative? Let's say we change it so that, you know, snow bunny is in fact the predator and black men are the prey. In that case, black guys would be carrots. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, Jamal, damn, another white girl, you such a fucking carrot, right? Still doesn't really work. Speeding through. So I'm going to go to, oh, this one I've done forever. Fuck it. Y'all ever think Jesus didn't want to be known for being the Son of God and just wanted to be known for his carpentry? Has anyone ever thought to think that, right? Like, yeah, sure, maybe he saved our sins and shit, but maybe he also made a damn good coffee table, and no one has ever, you know, talked about it. It's, you know, fucked up. I don't even remember the rest of that fucking joke. I'd have to look it up. I don't. It's really long and it's good, but it's just fuck no. Okay. Just keep it black jokes, I guess. Those seem to be work the best, if even. You know, how was everyone's Juneteenth? It's good. Everyone have a good Juneteenth. I'm really bringing it back. I'm really bringing it back. But yeah, I had a fantastic Juneteenth. I went to the Lamar Park Festival. You guys know that one? It's great. It's so fun. All these vendors and shit. It's just got a lot of music acts, a lot of food, etc. It's really cool. There's a lot of white people there too, which is good. It's good. You know, white people, I want them to be celebrating Juneteenth, you know, of course. Right? But it felt a little weird to me. Just a little bit weird. You know? Because it's just like, Juneteenth celebrates the end of slavery, right? And it's like just watching these white people in the crowd celebrate with it. I'm like, you don't celebrate the 4th of July with British people. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yes, thank you. Keep celebrating, fantastic. But I was like, wasn't this y'all? You know, like it just felt a little weird for me as I was sitting there. I'm just gonna call that my time. Thank you. My name's Lincoln. Lincoln.comedian.
That's it. Lincoln.comedian. You heard it. Like Benjamin. Oh, not Benjamin. Oh my God, I'm getting old. Which reminds me, I went out with a guy that used to wear buckles on his shoes, so I used to call him Ben Franklin. So I tell my girlfriend to meet me at this hotel, and she got in, and she said to the cab driver, she's going to the Ben Franklin Hotel. There is no Ben Franklin Hotel. I just thought you guys would enjoy that. But maybe you won't, but that's okay. You'll enjoy this next act, who's been here longer than you have, okay? But he's just made his way back here. Let's give it up for the comedy of John Taylor and let him hear you. Yeah, Johnny boy.
It's good to be back. Started here. We're gonna go dark and deep today. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm about to tell you guys about the story, the unexpected death of my brother.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's your Surgeon General's warning, and here we go. So it was like a regular January day, and backstory: my brother had been missing for like 7 years. Okay, just gone. This was before like Facebook. Plus, he didn't go to college, so I couldn't look him up on Facebook. It was when Facebook still had college addresses, so I couldn't look up where he was. I get a call from my sister, and she's crying. She's crying. She's like in the worst tears I've ever heard. It's like, yeah, Wesley's been hit by a car. He's in ICU. He's in Vegas. And like the crazy thing was, like I said, I haven't seen him in 7 years. So like I was waiting for this call. I was waiting for this type of call. So I leave work. And I go to pick up my mom because she's like not driving at the time, and we have to drive to Vegas. As a kid, my mom would always take us to Las Vegas like as an escape because we were a single mom, single parent household, and we would go to like Vegas with no reservations. We would sleep in the Circus parking lot, like just to get the fuck away out of LA. And we did it. We did it. It started off cool, and then as I got an adult, they became trips of torture. Because I'm better than Circus, but it was tradition. You know, like when you get better than tradition, like you level up, you somehow have done better than your family. One time we went to Las Vegas, and she had just got a new Mercedes, and the sound system was pristine, and she kept playing this one song called "Hold On, Change Is Coming." She played it the whole fucking ride. Change never came. You understand? Like we were just listening to that song for 3.5 hours. So it's not always a good trip when I go with my mom. Mind you, I haven't been talking to my mom for like at least 5 years. Wow. So our family's just dysfunctional. Not dysfunctional, dysfunctional. Like we're all fucked, It's just bad. It's just bad. So get my little sister, go pick up my mom, and she's like, oh, thanks for coming. I'm like, yeah, he was my brother. I'm going to show up. Before I get to my mom's house, I don't know if you ever had like an unexpected death. You start thinking about people who are important to you in your life. You start thinking about the most loving, most caring people in your life. You start thinking about the people who are most likely to fuck you if they know you're going through a bad day. So I called my ex-girlfriend. She did not pick up. And thank God she didn't, because I would have married her. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have forgiven her for everything. And that day would have just pushed me to the edge to propose. She didn't pick up. We go to the Vegas, and we get to the hospital, and my brother is in a coma. He can't speak, can't talk, can't recognize us. So it's like God was like, gotcha. I haven't seen him in 7 years. I finally get to see him. He's a shell of a person. So we kind of are like, we're kind of doing an exclusive podcast to piece together his last, you know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to see what the fuck went on his last 7 years of life. And I'm so serious. Like we're just in the hospital room trying to figure out what the fuck happened. And we meet all these characters that like we've never seen before, ever. And they're all like street urchins, like Aladdin. Like they're just kind of like there. No permanent address. They hustle. They got like weird names like Fat Kelly. Like it's just weird. Weird. So we do a couple of trips, and of course, like we have to make the decision whether we're gonna keep him on life support. We can't keep him on life support because he's not showing any signs of improvement. So we're in the hospital room, and we're kind of having this discussion. This nurse walks in the room, And then she goes, hey, I know this is a terrible time for you guys, but I just wanted to talk about the life of your brother, if that's okay. I was like, yeah, we could use that. So come, sit down. She's like, what kind of man was your brother? And I was like, he was a protector, I don't know if you guys know. I was raised in a single parent household. So and my brother is named after my father. My father is Carl Taylor. My brother is Carl Taylor Jr. So we use that to our advantage because we put a lot of shit in my father's name. You understand? Like my father wasn't there when we were growing up, but his credit score was. So we appreciated that. We appreciated that. So when I have my first son, I am going to honor my father's credit score named 850. Me and little 850 will be shopping and going to Disneyland. It's not ghetto. It's inspirational. So I'm telling this nurse that he was like a loving person, a caring person. And I say he was giving, and she goes, "Thank you, because actually I want to talk to you about harvesting his organs." I was like, "You slippery bitch! Like, why did you just open with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just say, hey, time's of the essence. What you gonna do with them kidneys? Like, let me get them kidneys. You know what I'm saying? Like." Now I understand how girls feel when we take time to say, let me get the draws. Just say, let me get the draws. Like, open with that. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, we couldn't get the kidneys because he got hit pretty bad. Got hit by a car. We'll get to that later. So, we're discussing how we're going to bury my brother, how we're going to send him, to the afterlife. And a surprise funeral costs $14,000 minimum. Which is crazy because that's a lot of money to get rid of a body in Vegas. You think it would be cheaper, like you would think with all the mob activity, it should be like 60. I don't know. But we're like, okay, and how much to turn them into kitty litter? How much to cremate them? What's that option? So we start looking at different cremation companies, and we're all just kind of looking for a bargain. And right? And I find one that's like Alfredo's cremation, we get it right the first time. And I'm like, who's out there undercooking bodies? Who is leaving relatives medium rare? Like, just burn the shit out of my brother so we can get a bag of sand and throw him in some body of water and say, be free. Like, that's all I want. That's all I want to do to honor my brother. It was crazy because he was always like stressed out. We thought he would be killed by like high blood pressure or something like the silent killer. He was actually killed by another silent killer. He was hit by a Prius. So it was just, it's we're close but no cigar. Hit by a Prius. And like I said, the last couple of his years of his life, he was kind of just couch surfing and just kind of surviving. And the eating habits weren't right and everything. And he was like eating like a lot of McDonald's. Like we just, talking to his friends, getting the backstory. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen this video of McDonald's where it shows a burger and it shows it's untouched for like 2 years and it doesn't age.
Yeah.
Right? 7 years, right? Yeah, it's probably still going. It's probably so it doesn't age. And McDonald's has always come out and fought this burger. Like, no, if you put our burgers out, they will decay, they will grow old. That's bullshit. I think McDonald's should go the opposite direction. Lean into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, diamonds are forever? No, fuck that. Big Macs are forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like market that shit. Cause then you would have different options for your loved ones. Casket, cremation, or Happy Meal. You could just honor your loved ones with extra pickles. Do you understand? It would just be so much easier. Everybody get a burger to take home and do what you will. You don't have to. But you could just have it right there in a toy. They used to give you a toy at the Happy Meals. I don't know if they do that anymore. Yeah, it's just crazy because like my brother is the one who put the confidence in me. Like he was 10 years older than me. So he wasn't there when I was like teenager, but when I was a kid, he used to take me like basketball. We shoot like 5 a.m. in the morning. So like my teenage years are awkward because I was just living in a household with my mom and her 2 sisters. Okay, so I can relate to women very well. Like the only problem is I converse too well. Like I don't know how to go from conversation to penetration. I don't know how to make that bridge. Like I might not be the guy who makes you come, but I am the guy who makes you comfortable. That's where I shine. Like I there's different strengths. I remember I was chilling with this one girl, and it was like 1:00 in the morning, and I'm just trying to get to know her, and I ask her, "Yo, so what's your favorite movie?" And then she goes, "The one where he shuts up and fucks her." And I was like, "The one where he shuts up and fucks her. The one where he shuts up and fuck." Is that the lake house? That seems like. I think you're talking about. Yeah, did not get any that night. Just to summarize. But yeah, it was just trippy to go through that, and like now I'm his age, and so I'm his age, and my dad walked out. So like I'm the first Taylor to make it to 40 and still be family oriented. So I'm on new territory. This is the legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta either decide whether I'm going to be a Taylor or whether I'm going to just be John. Like, just drop the last name completely and mark my own path. Okay, so yeah, I'm still working that one out, but I appreciate you guys for listening. Thank you. You can follow me on Instagram at John Taylor Show. Yeah, appreciate it.
John, is there a TV for it?
Oh, what for it?
The John Taylor?
No, it's just straight up.
Okay.
Clean. John Taylor Show.
Straight up and clean. JTS, the John Taylor Show. That's right, the John Taylor Show. And I got a special treat because if you think there's a dearth of females in comedy, think again. Let's bring up this little femme fatale. Shelley Zorfus, ladies and gentlemen. Let her hear you. Get you in no red, being comfy and cute. Yeah. Don't you fall. Okay.
First of all, guys, is this thing working?
Yeah.
Never put that you're an organ donor on your driver's license, because they will tell the family that you're brain dead when you are absolutely not, and they start cutting. They don't care. They'll say you're brain dead, and they'll take your kidney, they'll pop your eye. Never. If you have that on your driver's license, undo it immediately. It's a complete scam. Anyway, hi, how you doing?
All right. Here's an opening.
So, I have 2 sons. One lives with me and one lives on the East Coast. And the one on the East Coast calls me, says, "Mom, can I come for a few weeks?" And I go, "Yeah, sure, Andrew, come on in." So he comes to my house in LA, and all he's doing is playing with the Switch and the Xbox and the Game Boy. He didn't leave the house. So one day I got home and I said, "You know what? I'm fed up with you staying in the house all day. We're going to a real place with real people." So I take him to the Formosa Cafe, which used to have a little comedy club. And there's just a few tables, couples sitting at the tables. The MC goes, he's talking, he's going, "Oh, you're a couple, and you're a couple, and wait a minute, you can't be a couple, you must be his mother." He falls under the table, he's so embarrassed. So I'm okay. The rest of the night, the MC makes fun of me because obviously I'm the oldest one there. But he opened his mouth one time too many. I left him alone. But this last time got me. I stood up. He's on the stage. I look at him. I go, "You talking about me? You're not talking about me." I still swallow. And I said to him, "You know what? If this comedy thing doesn't work out for you, I hear they're hiring at the TSA." Speaking of the TSA, I like to travel, and I don't want to get any more x-rays in my life. I think we can mark our lives by how many times we've been x-rayed, yes? And I say to the lady, "I'm not going through that x-ray machine." She goes, "Step left." So I see, I'm waiting my turn, I'm online. I see this big dude, he's got like this big wand. He calls me up, I go up, I spread my arms, I spread my legs. He's doing his thing. He goes, "Ma'am, are you okay? We're finished here." I go, "Listen, buddy, I haven't had any in 5 years. Could you just do another minute or 2? And if this TSA thing doesn't work out for you, I hear they're hiring at the Formosa Cafe. So I like to shop, and I like old-fashioned brick and mortar stores. You know, I buy shit on Amazon like everybody else, but I like to go in. So I'm perusing the aisles in Macy's. Macy's is my favorite. I'm looking at the stuff, and I hear, "Attention, Macy's shoppers. Getting married? Join our bridal registry. Need dishes, fine china? Join our bridal registry." I'm going, no. They have this all wrong. They should listen to me. If they really want to make money, they should say, uncoupling, separating, need a cot, a sleeping bag. That's where the money is. So when I was a kid, we always had reading groups in school. I don't know if you remember that or if they still have that. Group A were for excellent students, excellent readers. B was good. And C was, you barely, I don't know what you're doing here. But that's not how they do groups at school anymore. No. The groups are the Lithium group, the Adderall group, and the Concerta group. And if you want, thank you. And if you want a good diagnosis, you don't need a therapist anymore if you're a little kid. Did you know that? They don't need therapists to diagnose them. They're diagnosing each other. You have bipolar and you have restless legs, and they know these names inside out by the time they're 6 years old. So, hey, you guys know that Biden is running again? Please tell me how the fuck he's running. He can't even walk. Okay, let me take a station break. So you remember when Gascon, when they redid the election to see if they could get rid of him? And then the petition said there were not enough signatures to get rid of Gascon. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Gascon? Yeah, he was, what was he, the DA or something? George Gascon. I don't believe a word of it. I think there were more than enough signatures. I mean, I myself signed the petition 7 times. So, you guys know the pillow guy? He gets up there screaming at you to buy his pillow. And now he's selling sheets. And then he's selling slippers. They were $100. They're only $19.99. And you know what that guy, he's putting you to sleep with his slippers and his sheets and his pillow. You know what he has the nerve to do? The next thing he starts selling is coffee. So gets you sleeping, and then he wants to wake you up with the coffee. All my life, I was a left-leaning Democrat. I really was. I thought the Democrats cared about people, children, and the seniors. Lately, I don't like what they're doing at all. Do you? I don't like a damn thing they're doing. So I switched over to the Republican right. You know what happened to me? You wouldn't believe it. My left blinker stopped working. My left foot stopped working. Everything on the left died. All right, let's see. There was one more. This is some new material for those who've never seen me before. I'll come regularly. So Newsom is running. Right now, he ran for governor, and he's destroyed California, yes? I mean, with the homeless and the free drugs and everything and the illegals, it's a mess. If you live in San Francisco, you are dead. You can't possibly manage in San Francisco. And he claims that California is the freest state in the country. And he's arguing with DeSantis in Florida that we're freedom. DeSantis. He's saying we're free. But what did Newsom do? He shut the schools down. He made you get the vaccine. He made you mask up. He shut your job down. You can't go to the park. You can't go to the beach. Meantime, you know what happened in Florida? You could drink at a club all night long. School was always open. Nobody wore a mask, and they were laughing at us. And I agree with them. He must be manic depressive. He has to be manic depressive for thinking that California is the freest state in the country with all that crap. All right, I'm Shelley Zorfis. If you need to reach me for a show, it's ATZORFAS@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or locked up somewhere. I don't know how to say that.
You knew how to take it out.
Oh, wait.
I was just saying.
Wait. My friend went to someone's apartment, and he put these blinds, you know, the blinds that you can use the remote, and they go up and they go down. He calls me, and he said, you know, I can make them go down, but I can't make them go up.
Oh, well, of course it's a man. Just kidding. Just kidding. We love you, Shelley. You know. Oh, my God. You and Mark should have a talk show. Boy, I'm going to take some jokes I just found, and I'm going to use them on Comedy Central. Here you go, Shell. You might need them. All right, so we are in the house with the comedy of the one and only Ivan Salas. Let's do it. Ven acá. De nada.
All right, how's it going, guys?
All right.
I was a good carpenter. So 2 months ago, I quit drinking. I feel amazing. But at what cost? Being sober fucking sucks. Do you know what it's like at age 35 to find out I have no personality? For the past 20 years, I've just been channeling the spirit of Jack Daniels. But now I'm not half the man Now I'm not half the man he is. It really was my whole shtick for the longest time. Just drunk guy that goes on zany misadventures. Like I'd be with my friends and say, have I told you guys about the time I got belligerently drunk at a wedding, called the groom a cuck, and ended up in a fight with all of the groomsmen? And my friends are like, dude, fucking tell it again. That story's awesome. But now I don't have cool stories like that anymore. I do have strong opinions on credit card reward programs. Chase Sapphire, dude. Best for travel. I was a good drunk. I really was. I was like a charismatic leader. William Wallace rallying the troops to decimate the enemy, which is what we called little bags of cocaine. Drunk me was a great friend. After the bar, he always made sure to drive his friends home. Yeah, that's about all it deserved. But drunk me had a dark side too, in that he blacked out a lot. And at my age, I can't really continue using blacking out to excuse bad behavior. Like in my 20s, I'd be with a friend like, hey, sorry about last night, man. I was blackout. He's like, silly goose. Don't even worry about it. But now in my 30s, I'm like, hey, sorry about last night, man. I was blackout. He's like, yeah, I know, dude. That's the fucking problem. You're the godfather to my son. You can't take your pants off at his baptism. Sorry, dude, I had to pee. Yeah, we know that too. You pissed in the holy water, Ivan. You had to cancel this whole thing. This whole thing. I'm kind of bad with women now. Like a friend of mine told me that ever since I got sober, I have an off-putting nervous energy that women don't like. And it's true, because I haven't approached women sober since I was 14, and I wasn't good at it back then either. Like now I'll be at a bar, and if I see a girl look at me, I just like look away, think of all the reasons why she wouldn't be interested in me, and go home. But drunk me would have never allowed for such beta male bullshit. Drunk me would have walked straight up to that girl, look her dead in the eyes, say something cool as fuck, like, I'm a motherfucking Hufflepuff. What house are you? Ravenclaw? Fucking nerd. That's called negging. It works every time. I'm struggling with dating apps too, like on Hinge, because I recently changed the answer to the question, do you drink, from yes to no, but then I'm holding a beer in every picture. And I only take like one good picture per year, so it's going to take some time to replace it. So in the meantime, I'm just photoshopping puppies over the drinks. Like, here's me and a puppy at a brewery. Here's me and a puppy at a speakeasy. Here's me and the puppy at my godson's baptism. What do I got? This part's kind of gross. Let's see if it works. There are some good parts of being sober. There really are some good parts of being sober. Like, I thought diarrhea was just the way adults pooped. Yeah, that sounds right, but I got a few more. I did not know this shit was optional. I did not know that sitting on a toilet and sneezing into the bowl was a lifestyle. Yeah, all right, I'll kill all of that. Fuck it, I'll end it at least. A month ago, I had my first solid poop in decades. I'm like, thank you. I was like, hello, old friend. I didn't want to flush it. We're done. Another benefit is I kind of smell nice now. For the longest time, I smelled like the dumpster behind an Arby's. I smelled like a stripper pole at Chippendales. I smelled like a Trump supporter's man cave. You know what I'm talking about. And that joke isn't political, because if you or a loved one is a Trump supporter with a man cave, you know what that smell is. Ammunition, masturbation, and Bud Lights, because they're all secretly gay. That's all I got on this. How much time do I have left? I have 4 minutes? Jesus Christ, all right. That's probably because you were not laughing, and that teaches me something. All right, fuck it. I'm just going to tell you a weird story from like a month ago. I was going to a karaoke place, right? And I get in an Uber. I'm making small talk with this dude. And I ask him, like, hey, I'm going to karaoke. If you were going to karaoke, what song would you choose? And he says, well, I'm a performing artist, so I would choose one of my own. And I was like, oh, no. For starters, how fucking weird is that, right? Like, if you went to karaoke with Adele and she starts belting out her own song, it's like, dude, loosen up. We want to hear you sing Baby's Got Back or something, not this fucking shit. But yeah, so the guy, like, grabs his phone, and I think he's just going to play me some of his music, but he plays me a promotional video of himself. And it starts with, you know him as one of the original dancers of Soul Train. I did not know him as one of the original dancers of Soul Train. I knew him as Rod, 3 miles away. But it continues. It says, now get ready for the soulful love sounds of Roderick, Real Hammersmith Dolphin. In case you didn't catch all that, fortunately the promotional video repeats it 27 times. This is Roderick, Real Hammersmith Dolphin. And the music was pretty good. It was like soulful. It was cool. And the guy, starts talking to me about it. He's like, yeah, I've been a singer. Like, I've had 5 songs that top the charts of like the indie charts around the world. I'm like, oh, cool. So I look him up on Spotify. None of his songs has ever had more than 1,000 streams. So I knew he was maybe lying to me. But he keeps on, nice. He keeps on like telling me about his life. Like, he tells me he was, he traveled all around the world with his music, but then he was also an executive at Sony Music, got all the way to the top, but then he left it to become a truck driver because he was trying to get away from his girlfriend. He just traveled all of America to get away from a relationship. It's crazy. I think that's all I got on Roderick. Dolphin. Yeah, Mr. Dolphin. Fuck it. I'll give you guys your time back. Thank you. This is helpful. Oh, at Ivan Salas Orono. You don't know how to spell that. We'll figure it out. Salas Oroño. Correcto. Sala Serono for Instagram, though. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you say you were on Hinge at one point?
I was.
So you became unhinged?
Hey, look at you. Look at this one over here. Listen. What's going on? I couldn't find it. Do you know Patty's here? Is Patty here yet? Where's Patty? Patty, let's do this. Patty.
This is wonderful. I feel fucking great. I feel God damn it, I feel good, you know? My life is going great. You know, it's going fucking great. I thought I'd get in my car and drive 20 minutes and pay $10 to come here and be mildly ignored by my peers. That's how wonderful things are going. I'm very happy. I have to ask you about was your Uber driver 80 years old? Your Uber driver is a fucking liar. I think we can agree he's a fucking liar. But an original dancer on Soul Train, that guy would have to be 82. He shouldn't even be driving at night, let alone driving for Uber. That's my point. Give it up for Shelly. You were very funny tonight. Shelly, give it up for Shelly. You look like a sexy bottle of fucking ketchup. You know what I mean? Doesn't she? And the whole, when you're standing holding a microphone and telling me you swallow, this is an image I'm not going to be able to get. I just picture you with a dinner napkin, though. No. Like a little dead dinner napkin, just wiping the corner. Like, oh, God damn it, that's even more information. You are raw. Listen, my Pornhub category is elderly Karens. So I'm telling you, I've got a thing about Judge Judy.
Are you Gen Z?
Oh, I love you. I love you.
Are you a millennial?
No, I have grandchildren that are millennials, but thank you. Give it up for me. Give it up for me. Okay? How about this? You know, I just turned 60. Not bad, huh? Face is okay. Neck is 73. And my testicles are in a race for ground zero. The left one is in the lead, though. I don't know if you know. The left one does all the heavy lifting. The left one is the senior partner. Yeah, I'm 60, so that means I have a urologist. You have a urologist? You will. Oh, you will. These things will happen, because stuff happens. Guys, we need to pay attention after a certain age at the junk. You know, it's women have to from the get-go, from the time that thing starts working, because it's very complicated. We have like a Toyota that gets great mileage and very little maintenance is necessary until you get to be about 50. Then it becomes a Maserati. You don't understand how stand-up comedy works, do you? Okay, I don't require a narrator. But give it up for her anyway. She's trying, and she's a wonderful gal. You could be like one of the new Sexy Fox commentary hosts. We'll get you on there. You should think about that. Because you had mentioned you're a fan of Trump, which is going to make you real popular here in Southern California. But I want to say something. You guys might think less of me, but I'm going to go fucking ahead and I'm going to say it. I just toured the Southeast, okay? All Trump voters aren't racists. But all racists are Trump voters. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. And if the racists think you're racist, you might be fucking racist. I'm just saying. I saw his mugshot. Someone, you had talked about his mugshot. That fucking mugshot, fuck. Looks like a Bond villain. Doesn't he look like a Bond villain? He looks like he has an albino cat just below that he's petting, you know. He likes to grab pussy, you know. I don't know if you're familiar with that. But fuck! I do suffer from a condition commonly referred to as that fucking guy probably voted for Trump face. I get that. That's okay. See, the thing is, I voted for Sleepy Joe. I did. And I'm having some buyer's remorse. Yeah. A little bit, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem to know if he's on foot or horseback. You know, he seems a little confused. Does that make sense? Oh, by the way, today is Hunter Biden's birthday. How about that? Give it up for Hunter Biden. That means it's free cocaine night here at the LAFC. Get ready, baby. We're going to party. We're going to party. This is the point in my act where you, all of you, just look at me and feel a little bit better about yourself. My gift to you. My gift to you. Oh, by the way, somebody mentioned Juneteenth. I believe it was Lincoln. Yeah. Juneteenth. I know what I was doing on Juneteenth. I know about Juneteenth is my birthday. Oh. And this year, myself and my comedy compadre, Mike Moody, got high and we watched videos of white women in Lululemons French kissing their bulldogs. It was good. And then Mike explained to me about General Granger and how nobody wanted to tell the slaves they were free. These fucking people in Texas, you got to watch them. They had to send the fucking army to say, you got to tell them they're free. Can you imagine how long they were? Are you going to tell them? Oh, hell no, I'm not going to tell them. Fuck that. you want to know we owe you like 3 months of back pay? It's diabolical. But I know how it works because I'll tell you, I have white privilege. It's fucking true. It's true. Like a lot of it is people think my credit's a lot better than it is. But part of it is I don't have to be part of a group. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. I don't have to defend fucking Justin Bieber. You can't talk about Justin Bieber. That's my homie. And I'm not less white, right? So I can watch Dr. Umar and still become aroused by Candace Owens. And I'm not thought of as less than. Does that fucking make sense to you? Like, I got to tell you this. This just happens to be true. I don't give a fuck if you think it's funny, but it's true. I've been married for 31 years. Okay, that's funny. And my wife found out my hall pass was Candace Owens. Right? She found followed by Sunda Kronquist. And then June Rivers, but she's been dead for a while. But my wife accused me of fetishizing because Candace Owens. Now, my wife is a tiny Filipina. She's very tiny. And I come from the south side of Chicago, okay? Black women are not some type of fabulous mystery to me. I grew up with fucking black women. I love them. I adore them. My first girlfriend was, the girl I lost my virginity to was a strong black woman. I'm telling you fucking what, and I'm happy. She was my driver's ed instructor. And I needed instruction at the time. You know, a little bit to the left, a little bit. She used to call sideways fucking parallel parking. But here's my point. My wife comes from an island on the other side of the world, a tropical island, right? That's an exotic thing. My wife is more the Bengal tiger, and Candace is more like a Labradoodle for me. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, I've lost you, but that's fucking okay. That's all right. I told you guys I recently turned 60. Yeah. Okay. Anybody close to me? No. Age-wise, no, personally. What happens is, and those of us that are closer to me in vintage, people die around you. It becomes more common. And like a friend of mine died recently, and it made me mad because he owed me money. Look, it's just fucking harder to mourn. Don't get me wrong, I love the guy, but it's $1,200 fucking bucks. You know what I mean? And like many of you know, I've been married several times, and it was sad a while back. One of my ex-wives died of COVID. That was sad because it was the wrong one. Oh, come on. Come on. Clap if you're married or have been married. Okay, you can have an opinion. If you haven't been to Disneyland, don't fucking tell me about Space Mountain. I'm just telling you, I didn't wish a painful death on her, but for legal reasons, I still have to refer to her as plaintiff. My mom died. Either that or she's been ignoring me for the past 18 months. If you knew my mother, you would not fucking find that at all hard to believe. She had a borderline personality that knew no fucking borders. She would just say crazy shit. She said, Patty, the way people treat you when they think you have cancer, and the way people treat you when they want to fuck your sister are exactly the same. Actually, they are. I don't know. Or her favorite thing to do towards the end was she would just run up to random people and say, I voted for Obama. Anybody. Just like, Ma, shut up. You don't need to tell the waitress that you voted for Obama. And I'll tell you the really Okay, this I'm going to let you in on this. Okay, my mother never voted for Obama. She never would. She never would. She just had a dark sense of humor. She liked to tell people stuff like that. My mother was an immigrant, a very strict Catholic, and a devout racist. I wish that were not true, but I have to tell the truth. My wife would refer to, or my mother would call my wife one 4th of July. She called her a hot Chinese cartoon mouse. God damn it! She's Filipina. Come on. All right, there you go. How'd that go? Did that go fucking okay for you? Well, I am what you call a Holy Ghost guy. Any Holy Ghost people in here? Like I was brought up very Catholic, so you know I was molested, only lightly molested. My balls got jiggled, just a little jiggle. And then I said no, and Father Albert just moved along. He was just testing the jiggle, just testing the waters. And I was safe because I was the least attractive altar boy. That's where you want to be. You want to be. I was fat. I was not. I didn't even know I was funny. In a way, my Catholicism was the first thing that taught me people could be funny, because the funny altar boy was Danny Gutner. You know, he was good looking too. You know what I mean? He told me he made Father Albert laugh so hard once he passed semen through his nose. Can't get a fucking groan out of you? I can't even get a groan. That's all right. What's that? Look, well, I'll tell you the truth. This is actually the truth. I'm an Irish Catholic. I was born in Ireland. And the Catholic Church is the #1 cause of atheism in Ireland. That's fucking scary. That's scary. Yeah, I know I'm Irish. I did my 23andMe. Have you done your 23andMe? 23andMe. 99% I'm 99% Irish and 1% sea lion. I don't know how that happened. Bring a bucket of fish around me, I change. But all my DNA comes from the same 80 square mile area in the west of Ireland. You know what that means. Cousins fucked. Cousins. I have my family tree looks like a stump. So you see, I knew that I had to seek out diverse DNA if I didn't want to sire another generation of bipolar alcoholics with hip dysplasia. I went as far as I could to the other side of the world. My wife is Filipino, so my kids are Irish and Filipino, which makes them tall Mexicans. That's the way that you didn't know that with that. That's the fucking recipe. I was talking about hall passes. My wife, you know who her hall pass is? Idris Elba. She's tiny Filipina. She calls him Hot Black Jesus. She just loves him. I told you mine is Candace, Sunda, the late Joan Rivers, and very close, #4 is Idris Elba. So I don't know if you guys have any feelers out there for Idris. How much time do I have?
I gave you like 2 minutes.
Oh, well, then I'm perfectly out of time. You guys have been kind of mediocre, but I love you anyway. I'm Patty, PADDYFORCOMEDY. Give it up! Wednesdays at the Mix, and I do one Saturday a month there. I book the show. Come by there, partake in the show. You never know. You could wind up with a spot. PADDYFORCOMEDY. Give it up for the mistress of this misfit island of broken toys.
God. I gotta tell you something, Miss Cassandra. I love him because he comes with me to the Rotary Club, and I say to him, "This one's got a sheet, that one's got a sheet," and only he knows I'm talking about sheets for burning crosses. He gets it, and everybody pee together. This one person? That's a lot of penis to carry around. Making bells ring. We're all seated. Fantastic. Because you know why? We're almost done here. What time do you have to leave? I was taking you. You have to go now? Oh no. All right. Well, I have to autograph her book, everybody. So. Give me a second. I need help, Patty.
Yeah.
You have to bring up an act, and I'm going to walk her out.
You're leaving?
No, I'm just going to walk her out. But I don't want to stop the show because we're still going, and I want to bring up. You can bring up.
Ryan. You want Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say something so I can walk her out. You ready? Yeah, you want to go?
Let's get a check on the enthusiasm in here. I'm going to go to 3. I want mutual orgasms all around the room. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm watching you. Come on. Go. No, that's it. You guys are fucking. I was going to cater a little intimate orgy for the whole group of us after tonight's show. But in the meantime, this next young man is a very sensitive guy. And I want you guys to know he's just back from England, and on his way over here tonight, he stopped a sexual assault. He changed his mind. So, let's give it up for Ryan Benson. Come on! Ryan Benson, come on!
He's right. I saw Patty walking by, and I knew my next target. I'll see you in the alley later tonight, Patty. So, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I've been going through life confused, but I'm going to do comedy today because I want to be a performer. I want to be an artist, and it's hard sometimes. And my penis was hard today, so that made it better. You have to orgasm to keep yourself happy. Prostate health. Make sure you finger your butthole. Check it out. Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, we'll talk sex stuff, I guess, because that's my favorite stuff to talk about. I buy extra large condoms in the hopes I'll grow into it. And it beats wearing my dad's hand-me-downs. In general, I'm looking for a good old nice juicy pair of genitals. Doesn't matter if they're attached to anything, but I'll take what I can get. And what else do I even have on sex? I don't know. We'll come back to sex eventually. For you, I'll find a way. Oh yeah, I got a lot of plants and fish in my room. It's part of the tism. The tism, I say, the autism. Even though I'm not, I don't think I am. But my psychologist kind of thinks, which is like, he just like, we'll just say you are, and we'll go with it. And I'm like, okay, but it's like it's either you can't, like Shelley said, everyone diagnoses themselves. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like it's like which came first, the cat or the mouse? I don't know, that's wrong, but yeah, same thing. I think the chicken came first because eggs can't finish to ejaculation. Yes, but let's tie it back to something. I want to sing, but Sunda doesn't like when I sing because it's not like. Yeah, it's Friday, apparently. I'll sing then. I do musical theater. I'm great when you give me text and stuff, but then I'll just kind of, like, go, and everyone's funnier when they're, like, not trying, which is good. I'm singing musical theater songs I got going on. One's like, he's a stalker, and he breaks into Claire's house, and it's about him singing and, like, telling her to put the bat down. Hey, hiya. Hey, Claire. This is awkward. I can see that. Can you put the bat down? No? Okay, I can explain. And then it goes into, like, then there's piano stuff. So eventually it goes, I'll go for a part. And Claire, I bought a camera with really nice zoom. Found me a tree with a view of your room. And I don't even mind that you shut your living room blinds. And Claire. Something like that, so it'll be cool. Thank you for letting me just sing for a second. I'll give you 2 more. I'll just be up for a few more minutes. I'll get out. I hate USC, and I go there. It's more just because they don't care for me. I've been trying to get being in more musicals and shows and stuff, but bitches be bitches. And I think that it's shown that I don't like that organized stuff. If I'm not like in it here, I feel cool. Because it's just like people. But at USC, a lot of competition. A lot of white people that I got to deal with. It's hard. But I'm the only redhead, but it's not enough. You need more. I got to be so I've adopted the queer personas and stuff. It's like my sexuality is I'm a sexual opportunist, so you take what you can get. And I feel like some guys, if you catch them on a bad day, like things are going wrong, and you could just like someone just walking down you ran out of gas, you're on the highway, and you're just pissed the fuck off. You haven't, turns out you just haven't masturbated for a week too, and then this old guy walks by, and he's just like, "Hey, you guys doing good?" And he just goes, "You want me to suck your dick?" He just mentions it offhand. That can happen. And if you're in a bad mood and not really, you'll think about it, It's like your dick?
I swear to God, I know what you're talking about. I swear to God.
Yeah, some guy, it's like,
Go back there.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, so it's not like you're gay. It's like, it has nothing to do with sex. It's more just like when you get a massage, are you okay with it being a man?
No.
You're not? Why?
No. I mean, yeah.
What, because you don't want to get hard or something? What?
No. Probably better at their job.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, like, when it comes to, yes, there's a lot, you need mass with massages, you need force. Most of the women that I've been masseused by, they don't have enough, and like, especially the ones here, the happy ending ones, they just rub you, and then rub you, but they're not good enough for me. Everywhere, just because massage, that's it. Xiao Lian will take care of you. I know her very well. No. Yeah, right. Yeah, oh yeah, they beat their child behind us, so so it's pretty cool. But they give good manicures. You can do it with your pants off because you think it's happy ending as well. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna stop talking now because it's great. Like when you aren't like getting like when you're just talking and not getting jokes or bombing, you can just go, well, oopsie, and then people laugh. So that's cool. I'll just make a career out of that. I feel like I'll give there's an example out there of people that are doing that. Kanye. He's just like stumbling around. You see, it's because I hate Jewish people. Okay, we got me. You got me. I've been trying to hide it this whole time. It's hard. No, I like them. People, they think I'm them too. I'll probably pick that religion one day. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
How about that? Come on. How about that? We stand together. I want to tell you, there's no subject that was off the plate. From anti-Semitism to, by the way, if some guy asks you if you want him to suck your dick, that's exactly what makes you gay. That's exactly what makes you gay. And you guys, I'm going to ask a question because I could tell you guys, where exactly did this happen? Are you hanging around at the bus station or?
A lot of videos.
Oh, it's in videos.
My story was at the club. Literally, a man came up to me and said, "I'll suck your dick for $50." I think it was like a homeless guy. He stuck me in the club, and he asked me like twice that night.
How many times have you been back there?
What?
How many times have you been back there?
A couple times. It's a good club. I mean, they let someone through, but
We need one of those.
Okay.
club.
All right. That's more than I not wanted to know, but that's okay.
You know why I like you? Because you're like, no offense, old school, but this new, it's very current what they're talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But I get it.
Oh, no.
I get your real, like, what the hell?
Well, here's the thing. I think there's more than one way to be a good person. Does that make sense?
That's the way.
But there's certain confusion. There's certain confusion that just I don't even get that. Like it's beyond. It's beyond. And here's the other thing. I don't really want to fully comprehend it.
Yeah.
Because in a way, I think it's what the devil thinks about to keep his erection. Like it's none of my fucking business. I love you. Don't get me wrong. And I want you to be happy, whatever it is. Like, look, if your girl comes with a penis, I say good on you. You know, if you want to buy some special bikini bottoms with a tuck mechanism, and you want to buy, I say fucking good, great, right? It's better than all the fucking duct tape that cuts off all your circulation. It's good. I prefer a factory installed vagina. You know what I mean? That's just my thing, and it's just color me old fashioned. But in fact, like my brother had a '94 LeBaron that he used a power saw to make into a convertible. Now, when you put the top down, it kind of felt like the same thing. But as far as a vagina, I don't know. You know what I think? In a way, I think only God can make a vagina. You know, and like, if you see people asking to suck your dick on videos, don't confuse that with real life. We didn't have a portal to all the porn in the world when I was like 11. You know, we had to look at our father's Playboys. You know, I saw a picture of it. I never knew what I was going to do if I got my hands on one of them. But I knew I would have to get to know the owner if I wanted to learn how to operate it. You know, I'd have to learn how to talk to her. And the stuff you see on porn, it's not the real world. Like I look at porn occasionally, and I saw there's all these kind of group sex things, like massive amounts of people. And there's like one girl, and they're being mean to her. You know, they're slapping her on the head and saying, oh, I said, why? How about complimenting her multitasking? Well done, my dear. I appreciate that work ethic. That's damn, can you imagine? Anyway, credit where credit is due. That was longer than I intended to take, but you guys have been great, and I mean that sincerely. Let's give a round of applause to the LGBT community while we're here, just to show that we support them. All right. And while you're clapping, give it up for the H's, the heterosexuals who made all those other letters possible. All those other letters possible. If the H's stop doing their thing, we're in big fucking trouble, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this next comedian is a very good friend of mine, and I really enjoy him. Let me bring up the comic musings of Mike Moody.
How you guys doing? You guys good? Thank you for that long woo. Woo, it's Monday though. I mean, isn't it? Ain't it Monday, right? All right, them shits is running together. I'll take no days off. A little bit about me. My name is Mike Moody. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I grew up with my grandparents. Growing up with your grandparents is cool. Growing up with your grandparents is the only time you get beat and then you ask them if they're okay. You know what I mean? You're like, are you all right? I hear you wheezing. You know what I mean? Complete power shift in the household. You know what I mean? It's going to hurt me when it's going to hurt you. I'm like, I'm sure of it. I know. You're out of breath. You're struggling. You guys know what it's like to be grounded from TV, but the only one that can work the remote? Like, that's a very interesting space to be in. Oh, it's hard to keep your spirit. You know, it takes a lot these days to keep your spirits up. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go on YouTube. You might get depressed and watch the internet. I'm not the only one, right? Yeah, I do that. But I feel like my algorithm fucks with me, like a little bit. Like I feel like it's fucking with me a little bit. Like I get depressed sometimes and I go on YouTube and I'm watching videos and they just give me St. Jude commercials in between every video I'm watching. Hi, I'm 7. My name is Sam. And then they be like, copyright 2017. I'm like, fuck, that kid is dead. Like, that shit didn't help me at all. Like, I'm actually way more sad than I was when I started. Lizzo. You guys are familiar with Lizzo's situation. She got in trouble for calling her dancers fat, which I thought was funny. I didn't know you could get, like, canceled for the group you stood on. I didn't know you could do that. That's like Martin Luther King on his march being like, come on, niggas, let's go. Like, it's not even, like, it's a weird. Come on, niggas, let's. Y'all want your freedom, right? Come on, let's go. This thing is weird. I didn't know you could do that. I need to cancel. I feel like it's self-reflection, though. I feel like it's just self-reflection. Like her whole situation. She walked into that dance studio, saw those mirrors. She was like, who are all these fat bitches? And her assistant walked up to her and was like, you're the only one in here, you know? She was like, fuck, I gotta spread this hate out. This is not just mine. Oh, that's weird, man. That's like if like Lil Nas X called all his background dancers gay. He'd be like, yo, this shit looks real gay in here. Like, y'all gotta figure it out. Like, it's weird. Like, this is your shit. Like, you came up with this. I didn't come up with this. I've been watching stuff on YouTube lately. I'm talking about money and abundance. And they're talking about there's this quote that everybody says that money's the root of all evil, which isn't true. That can't be true. You know what I mean? That's not true. I was reading more and looking into it, and there was like this dude named Reverend Ike. He's like the original like prosperity preacher from like the 60s and 70s, and he says that the lack of money is the root of all evil, which makes way more sense. You know what I mean? Like the lack of money is the root of all evil. That makes way more sense. Like you never seen some dude in a lottery commercial and he wins and like, hey, you just won the lottery. What are you gonna do after this? And he's like, yo, I'm gonna go back to that 7-Eleven that I got this ticket from and I'm gonna rob it blind. Like that doesn't happen. He's like, I'm gonna go rob a bank now. I got all the equipment. I can afford it. Like nobody does all that. I don't know. I pay attention to the world lately. Way more complex than it was before the shutdown. Way more easier. It was way more easier. I don't know. I just feel like everybody had time to figure out who they were, so they were able to figure that out and then articulate that to the world when we went back outside. Everybody's like, hey, I'm this. And everybody's like, cool, I got to go back to work. Like, that's cool. Like, there's no hate. It's just like, I got bills to pay. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe you notice that everybody's like the Martin Luther King of their shit. Have you noticed that? Like the Martin Luther King of their shit. Like everybody's like an aggressive like civil rights leader for their shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not even true. Like just because you have a Twitter doesn't mean you're a civil rights leader. You know what I mean? Like a civil rights leader gets beat up by cops, investigated and followed, and like most of these people, if you mispronounce, you give them, if you say the wrong pronouns, they'll fucking go kill themselves. Like it's not even, we're not even that strong of a people as we used to be. I don't know, man. But I be seeing that shit. And everybody can have a bad day. Have you noticed that? Like, you can't have a bad day anymore. Like, everybody has to blame it on a phobia or an ism. They don't like me because I'm black. They like me because I'm gay. Because they don't like me because I'm a woman. I'm like, what happened to, like, not liking people for the content of their character? Like, that was the whole point. That's the quote, right? Like, don't rally me up for some bullshit if you're a piece of shit person. I don't want to do it. Even if people look like me. I see that shit on Twitter all the time. My boss called me a nigga. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you fall asleep at your job. Like, that's nigga shit. I don't know. I know that sounds fucked up, but I just don't rally me up. I can't be out here doing this shit. It's too much shit. Too much shit to be picking on for every fucking moment that your life sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit. I need something more concrete. That sounds insensitive. I'm sorry, y'all. It sounds really insensitive. And it furthers the stereotype that black people are insensitive, which isn't true. A lot of people think that black people are insensitive to like civil rights shit, and it's not. We're very tolerant. You know what I mean? We just got terms and conditions. That's what I realized. We just got terms and conditions. Like there's stuff that happens in the world that everybody wants to like talk about forever, and we're very concrete in our shit already. Like we already know where we stand. Like one example is like the only time a black parent allow their kid to be entertained by a drag queen is when it's a Tyler Perry movie. Like that's the only time we let that shit fly. Like that's the only time it's cool with us. Other than that, all that shit is extra. I don't know. That's my dating conversation. That's why I'm single. I don't know, man. I'm bad at dating. I suck at dating. I'm really horrible at dating. I said, I live with my grandparents, like I said before. My parents passed away in a car accident on the way to vacation. You know what I mean? That we were in. And so I don't get excited for anything. You know what I mean? Like not even like a good date. You know what I mean? Like I'm hanging out with a chick. And she's like, when we get home, this pussy's yours. I'm like, bitch, we got to get home first. Don't make any promises you can't keep. I don't know. Let's take it one day at a time. I don't want to get too fast. I don't want to be moving too fast. Y'all, it's okay. I'm fine. It's okay. Kind of okay. I don't know. I'm okay, I guess. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Shit, man. I don't know. Dating is hard as shit, though. It's really complicated, man. I'm starting to pay attention to it. I realize, like, the idiosyncrasies is everything. I'm starting to pay attention. I'm single, so I can, like, really, like, pull my eyes out and watch everything. And I think I'm starting to see like the small problems that seem like they're big problems. Like women think that men don't like want to go out and do shit with them, and that's not true. It's like by the time they get ready, we don't want to go do that shit anymore. You know what I mean? It's like it took you an hour and a half for us to go to Target. Like that's crazy. Like we could have ordered this shit on Amazon Prime and it would have been here by now. Like this is fucking stupid. I don't know. I don't been paying attention a lot to that. I've been watching my friends' relationships while I just sit in the shadows and just fuck secretly. Like that's what I've been doing lately. It's cool. Everybody else has like shit going on. I was talking to one of my friends and she's cool as fuck, but she was talking about like it was Sunday. I was talking to her and she was talking about her girls' night out. They went to brunch and did Pilates and you know what I mean. They do that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, just like hot girl shit. I was like that's cool. And then I thought that was cool, man. Oh. A men's night out is completely different than a woman's night out. That's what I realized. Because that same night later on, like my friend, who's like one of my best friends, he came over to my house and he just complained about his wife for 3 hours. And he just left. I was like, God damn. Like, you know what I mean? That shit was crazy. And I was talking to him early. He's like, Mike, I feel like you take on like the energy of the people around you. Like you should just learn how to like shake it off. And then he just complained about his wife for like 3 hours. I was like, and then he just left, drunk all my shit and left. And I was like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. That's just weird. That shit is weird. I was like, this is a guy's night out, though. Like, this is what we do. We just go ahead and complain. Like, we just need a safe space. Niggas just need a safe space. We just need a safe space. I don't know, man. Relationships do be having you kind of fucked up. I was talking to another good friend of mine. And do you know that if you're depressed and he's getting divorced, like, he don't care? Like, I didn't know that. He doesn't give a fuck. I was talking to one of my friends. He's like, I'm depressed, man. He was like, man, for real? Like, and I was like, he was like, yo, man, you got to shake that shit off, bro. You got to shake it off. And I was like, fuck. You know, it's hard for us to talk. And we can't do the vision board shit and talk and you know what I mean? We can't do none of that shit. I don't know. It's just way harder for us. We just got to keep it together. You know what I mean? I'm getting so old to that point now where, like, if my friends are cheating on their spouses, I don't even want them to tell me. I'm like, yo, keep that pussy a secret. I want to be surprised when your wife finds out, too. I want to be, oh, my God, I didn't know. Like, I'm a grown man now. I don't have time for these secrets. What is this fucking Degrassi? I don't want to hear none of this shit. Keep that shit a secret. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much. You can follow me on Instagram at MikeMoody91. I have a special called Part of My Trauma on YouTube. You guys should check it out in your free time. I got a TikTok too. Thank you guys so much.
I missed it. I'm so sorry, but guys, guess what? Thank you for coming to the only open mic that's really been open. I just want to say hi, Monica, because I know you're watching and we love you. And I found out that the 10-minute mics are $15 in New York, and they charge you a $100 fee to live stream. So maybe we should go to New York and make money. I'm kidding. I love you all. Good night.
What was your favorite? Your experiences? Oh, see, there you go.